What if your dreams come true and your channel starts exploding and taking off? This is actually happening to someone in the video creators community right now, and we're going to talk about their question and how to respond to that coming up right after this. Hey guys, my name is Tim Schmoyer and welcome to Video Creators. This channel is all about helping you guys grow your YouTube audience so you can spread a message that reaches people and changes their life. And that is something Daryl is all about as well. Tell us about your channel real quick.
Just a lot what you do. We just kind of approach things a little bit differently.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
So one of you guys submitted this question to me, comment on a previous video, Laura Tatum, and she wrote and asked this. I have grown in over 1,000 subscribers in just a few days and it continues to grow fast. I never thought it would, but now that it is, I don't know what the next steps to take. Any help or advice?
Well, first off, congratulations. I think everybody would actually like 1,000 subscribers.
You know, send them some my way. That'd be great.
You know, and I think a lot of things happen on YouTube, and sometimes we don't know what to do, and sometimes we make the wrong decisions because we don't let things happen naturally. And the most important thing you can do when you actually see an increase in subscribers or an increase in views is to look at the data that you're able to see in analytics. So what I like to look at is what part of the world they're actually coming from, and if they're in the US, what state they're actually coming from, because I think that's a really important concept of really understanding your audience, who's actually engaging, who are becoming subscribers. And two, you know, what type of person are they? Male, female? Are they in a certain age range? And the reason why is because we assume a lot. We really do as creators, but we have the tools to let us know, okay, this is where it's coming from. We actually know where the traffic source is coming from. We know, you know, how you're getting to the subscribers, what videos are actually converting them into, you know, subscribers. And so I like to analyze a lot before we actually take any steps. And the biggest advice I have for anyone that's doing any type of growth on YouTube is to have a strategy plan of your content. So if there's a certain content that's bringing a lot of subscribers and it's something that your channel's about, then I would create a plan of how can we make 3 to 5 videos around that specific topic that would be related to that other video.
First video, that's where there's one video that's going bigger.
Exactly.
Now, if you have like a few videos that are all just kind of like they were flat on your channel for a while,
and then they
picked up and suggested something.
And why would it be picking up is maybe another content creator on YouTube has released a similar video that actually has an audience that's similar to yours, and YouTube's promoting you. So that's where I'd analyze and say, okay, here's like 4 different videos that you're able to look at. I'm gonna give a power tip, and I usually don't give this power tip, but I think that your audience would actually like this. Okay. Do you guys want it?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. But the biggest thing to look at is what's happening to your channel right now. And I loved when YouTube actually put real-time analytics in there, but everybody just like looks at real-time analytics and goes, oh, this is great. I get so many views like this. But you can actually sort. You can actually sort by the things that happened the last hour and the last 48 hours. And I always like to see what's happening now for the last hour and what's happening in the last 48 hours. And you're able to start to see things before they actually take off. And you're like, oh, maybe if I actually created a video similar to this one, this is starting to get some steam and it's 6 months old, that if I release a video, then things are going to happen. And what's going to happen, I'm going to tell you.
A video that's like talking about that subject.
Similar to the subject. So it'd be similar to the subject. But if you do that, what happens is YouTube's going to promote this other video because it's already trending up. There's something that's doing that, or you might have had a boost. When you release the next video, they're starting to be suggested to each other. And that's where the biggest #1 traffic source on YouTube is suggested videos. And the easiest way to get suggested off is your own suggestions.
So let me give you guys an example of this. So this happened years ago, like a really long time ago.
Like 2005?
No, it was like 2006, I think.
Oh, wow.
Actually.
That's like a long time ago. Both of us were on YouTube, but that was a long time ago.
My wife and I published a video of us doing our debt-free scream, for Dave Ramsey. Yeah, we put it up there, totally flat for years and years and years. And then a few years later, Shay Carl does his debt-free scream video, and we were the #1 most related video to that. So many people who were watching Shay Carl's video, because their channel, if you're not familiar, had like millions of subscribers. Our video automatically, like straight up at that point. So then we saw that taking off, and my wife and I sat down and like, let's talk about a follow-up to our debt-free. What's it like being debt-free? Because that was like years that sat there not doing anything, and then so that we did a follow-up video at that point. Like, what's the journey been like? Now we've been debt-free for a few years at that point, and followed it up with that. So that's kind of the idea. If you have that video sitting there flat, That's what we want to do. Same thing if it's just like if your brand new video just goes like super viral or something like that. Also follow it up. And the other thing that I like to do, and this is kind of just more.
Well, let me ask a specific question on that, because I think this will help the audience really understand this. But did you see an increase of views for your channel, and also did you see an increase of subscribers?
Yes, because so they came hearing a little bit about the debt-free story from Shay Carl. They found our video, then clicked, and then they go to our channel to see what else is there, and they find that video. But also our newest video then is more likely to become related to the other video. At that time, the first 4 were your videos, So
that's changed now.
Yeah, so we were getting a lot of spin-off traffic for that, and that helped people stay on our content longer, watching more of our stuff, more likely to enjoy our story and want to subscribe to follow longer. So yes, we did get a spike in views and in subscribers at that time when we did that.
Do you know, and I think the thing for me is, I own an agency and we work with, some amazing creators and brands, and this strategy is real and it works every single time. It really does. I think the only advice that I would say, okay, if we could go back and look at that one opportunity, is if you would have did 2 or 3 video series, you would have even had more substantial growth with that. And that's where it's at. It's like we've been able to generate 21 billion video views, and they're all you take 70% of it, it's all suggested. And if you can think in packs of 3 to 5 videos, then you're actually doing something interesting that YouTube would like to promote. And it's when do you actually, I think the most important thing is the timing, because a lot of people really don't understand the timing, and they feel this is something I need to release tomorrow, or the series of videos in the next 5 videos I'm going to do it. And then some of your subscribers hey, what's going on with your channel? It's is it turning into the debt-free channel? What's up with that? So it's having a strategy behind that. And I found too, there's times to do back-to-back. So if you're uploading daily, that it would be wise to actually upload a video that would be similar to that, within that 48-hour period. But ultimately, and this is with a lot of research, a lot of data, but it's as soon as that 7-day hits, if you can introduce something within that 7-day period, closer to the end of the 7 days, you're going to see more lift from your older content, your previous video that you uploaded 7 days ago, and then your next video. So if you're just kind of putting that out weekly, it's great.
Another thing that I did at that time, and I still do this, and this I think is more for channels that have a high relational value, like vlogging and gaming, a lot of entertainment-based channels, is we got a big spike in all these new subscribers jumping on. And we followed up with a video, and then we asked, my wife and I don't know how this works, definitely algorithmically, but we were let's welcome all these new people. Let's introduce them. You're new here. Welcome. This is who we are. This is what we're about, and great to have you. Just kind of bringing people up to speed on the story and everything. And I didn't get a ton of views or anything, but I feel the people who were new and did watch that, now they were more likely to become fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I felt it was good for those people. And so if we got a big boost, it didn't come down as far afterwards, It's the subscribers who quickly passively subscribe but don't turn into active long-term viewers. I think we got more long-term viewers by doing that.
And I think too this is a good time where this is happening for the first time on this specific channel, and you're able to see the growth. Maybe they're resonating with a certain type of content, and they're not resonating with other. And this is a great time for channels to reevaluate, well, what type of content should we produce in the future, and start pivoting a little bit. You can't pivot extreme, because pivoting extreme is very difficult to keep an audience or even grow. But YouTube literally puts you surrounded by channels that are similar, with similar content. So Tim and I, we have a lot of suggested videos coming from each other because we're similar content. But the whole thing is maybe we should focus more on this area because people are more interested, and I'm interested as a creator in creating that type of content. And it seems like there's an audience that wants that content.
Yep, totally. We're looking forward to hearing your comments and your thoughts down in the comments below. Share what you're thinking, advice, ideas, stories that you have, and learn from each other down there. I learn from you guys all the time, so thank you for doing that. If you're not familiar with Daryl's channel, you should go check it out at
YouTube.com/Derral Eves. But it's spelled really uniquely. DERRAL.
Oh, there you go. There's a link to it in the description below, or a card around here will pop out. You can go click and check it out if you want to learn more about growing your YouTube audience on YouTube. So check that out. And I'd love to have you subscribe if this is your first time here at our channel. We are all about helping you guys grow a YouTube audience, not just for the sake of money, not just for the sake of popularity, views, whatever. Those are all very important, but as tools that ultimately help us get to our bigger mission, which is reaching people and changing their lives. So thank you for letting Derral and I be a part of that. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys again soon for another YouTube training video. See you then. Bye.
Ciao.